I don't know if you've ever been asked this, but I got
Oh.
asked it a couple of days ago by my brother, and he texted me. And like, I knew people did this, but I didn't know people really did this, if that makes sense. But like, he asked me if I wanted to be in their group WhatsApp thing of like their celebrity Deadpool for the year.
Fucking hell.
And like, I knew people did it. And I think I worked at places where they did it even at work, and they do like a World Cup thing and stuff like that. And like, but I've never participated. Like, I'm a bit of a morbid bastard, but there's something that just is it's a bit weird to me to be like, I hope this person dies because I'm quids in this year. You know what I mean? Like, it feels wrong.
Yeah.
Um,
Hedging your bets.
yeah, like literally. So like today, and they did it all a bit like at this time we're doing it, and they did like a randomizer of a bunch of people's names, like 20 in there. It's like both my brothers, like family friends that I've known for years, literally grew up with, like their wives and shit are all in there. And it's all like they were like, okay, we did a randomizer, and then it goes through where you got to pick three celebrities, and there's rules, so they can't be over 90. So it's
Oh,
like
I thought you were all betting on each other.
no, like actual celebrities, like celebrity Deadpool. You know, if it was
Oh, I thought it
if
was
it was
like,
this
yeah.
year, I'd say me number one and say Stacey, like you're getting quids in because people are gonna bet on me,
Yeah.
man. You know what I mean?
I thought you were like, yeah, fucking Uncle Alf's got to take a dive this year.
Like my own family.
That's what I thought you meant. That's why I went fucking hell.
Oh, man, imagine that. Like, I hope it's my fucking mum. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no, like actual celebrities, but like it's just a bunch of my family in there. There's like rules, like you can't choose a celebrity that's like over 90. Like, so like 89 is the cut off. For people that did it previous years, they can't use their last year's picks if the person survived. Um, and you got to name three celebrities and one wild card, and they've got to be under 50. And then they did it so it's like a randomizer, and they do it in waves. And then this first wave, I'm last, so people go first, and it's like they do it in order. And then someone will be like, "Yo, it's your turn." And then someone else will say, and like if they choose one that you've had on the list, you've got to think fuck, and then you've got to come up with another celebrity. So my original list was like Bruce Willis because he's not looking great.
Dead on
Um,
the inside, eh?
oh man, yeah, he's just it's just like blowing into a conch in his mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was him. I had a guy called Eric Dane, which is like a celebrity. He's in Grey's Anatomy, but like he's got like ALS. He's quite a young dude as well, but he's like on his last legs. But he got mentioned straight away. Um, but the two that I ended up getting in was Bill Cosby because he's 88. Um, I was gonna put Joe Biden, but someone beat me to that. But I ended up putting Billy Connolly. And then I joined this podcast because they're still going on. So I gave Toffer, like, he's my brother, my last pick, and I had a couple, but they got chose for other people's like second picks or whatever. So I just looked up on the internet, and Brian Blessed I chose as my third
Yeah.
because he's
What
like
was your wild
89.
card one?
Kanye West,
Hmm.
he's got to be under
Just random.
50. I always think that dude's gonna do something fucking mental, and I've said for years I think he'll kill himself, man. But he'll do it in like a granular, spectacular way because he's a bit eccentric and mental. Like he's one that would like not order, but like do a gig in front, like in the biggest stadium or whatever, and he'll just shoot himself on stage in front of all those people. Like he's that mental that he'll do something like that. And it's when I think of wild card celebrities, he fits that narrative for me. I don't think he actually will because predicting the wild card is, that it's almost like let's just chuck your hat in the ring and just guess the celebrity. At first, I thought Justin Bieber. To be honest, I don't know why. I thought
You're
the
on a bit of a
Biebs.
wild one, eh?
Yeah, and like he's one of them where like he's young. Well, when he was at his peak, and like he's still like young now. But like he's one of them where like it'd be a tragedy because he's got so much to live for. He's obviously talented, and he'd be like if he died early, it'd be one of them like he's one of those that died in the early age of his potential and stuff. So I could just see that happening for him. But yeah, I went for Kanye West just because I think he's a bit of a fucking kooky, eccentric guy, man, and I can just see him into something wild if he reads too many fucking internet articles. But
Yeah.
who comes to mind straight away for you in those? in those.
What what pops into my head? Usually, like they might be a bit obvious, but I think they pop into my head more because I'm hoping they don't die. But like fucking Sly and Arnie, like
Yeah,
because we know they're fucking getting up there now in age.
yeah, that'd be a
Um,
tough one to swallow when they go, especially Arnie for me. Someone chose Danny DeVito in there, and I was like, no, not him. Like I love Danny DeVito. I was like,
yeah,
I
exactly.
beg that one don't come true, man. Like, like it's shit and Sly when any of them get in there, but like someone said Dolly Parton, I was like, yeah, whatever. Like,
I
but
was thinking Prince Charles as well.
I don't know how old he is. Actually,
Fucking
that was
100,
one of the rules.
107.
One of the rules is what you can't choose the king. That's what it said. To be fair,
Oh,
you
why?
couldn't say him. I don't know. I don't know all these rules. I think you should just be. I'd pick David Attenborough as well. He's like 99. I'd pick Dick Van Dyke 100. He just turned like. I think it's because
Dane
it
Attenborough
makes it
died the
too
other day.
easy. No, it was his birthday the other day. He turned 100.
I saw a post because you know, like every couple of years, there's a picture of him in black and white, and it's like, yeah, he ain't dead. It's just there was one the other day that said like, oh, it's actually happened now. He's actually dead.
Yeah, it was probably just trolling. Um, but like he still like acts and he's in films and stuff and he dances. He's still like sharp, man. It's weird. He's like injecting something in himself. He is, man. Some fucking Hollywood super serum.
Fucking sloth blood, man.
Yeah, but when I was in there as well, because the way they were wording stuff too, like I said, I'm a pretty like I'm usually one that might say something that would turn people off, like fuck's sake, like head in their hands, because I'll go like that over the top or dark with it. But like some of the stuff that I was saying there, like I don't know, I feel like in me, and obviously I'm gonna think this, but I think like you can be like fuck's sake, man, and shake your head because it's funny. Like it's dark, but maybe there's a bit of truth to it, and that's why it's funny, or I'll do it in a funny tone. But like when it's like racism, like racist jokes. Like for me, like if it's not funny, it's just racist. But if it makes you laugh, it makes you fucking laugh. Like if it's just a racist comment, though, it's not funny. So to me, if it's funny, whether it's a dark joke or whatever, it's funny. Like the intent is to make someone laugh. Like it's going to the bounds of outrageousness to pull on that sort of like naughty taboo string to get you. But when it's just not funny, it's just hateful. You know what I mean? And when I was just seeing like what people were saying, like someone had put a celebrity in and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, death hole, that cunt's riddled with cancer," and I'd be like, "Jesus," you know what I mean? I was looking at my phone like, "Fucking hell!" Like, why is it like I just didn't get it. And then I even commented on one point. I said like, imagine being a celebrity riddled with disease, and then just some knobs are just open your door and talking about how shit your cancer is. Like at one point, like my brother Toffer, someone sent something and someone said, "Oh, that person," and there was like, "He's quite young, isn't he?" And then he put, "Yeah, loves cancer though." And I was like, "Fucking hell."
Fucking hell.
I was like reading it, and I was like, "Jesus, like fucking hell!" It's a bit brutal. Like, there's not. It's funny ish, like because you word it that way. Because it's such a funny way to word it, but like I don't know. I was in there and it made not uncomfortable because I'm not a fucking pussy, but I was just reading some of the things and I was like, fucking hell. Like their kids are probably just sat down on the sofa like, "Mommy, it's old dog." And it's like, "Yeah, I hope Joe Biden dies." The cunt, you know what I mean? It's just such a weird. It's like, do they really talk and think that way, or is it just because it's like banter and it's like in a group chat and whatnot? Um, I don't know. But like their banter and it was like I was in there and I was like, This is a bit shit dead banter, you know what I mean? Like I was just like, I'm not really one for big like WhatsApp groups anyway. Not like laddie WhatsApp groups. I'm a fan of like everyone chatting and everything. Oh, my fucking camera's gone.
Oh,
But yeah,
yeah, carry on.
I'm a
Yeah,
fan of like that shit and it being well and like we got like a Discord thing and there's like multiple people in there and that's like a big.
I'm in like a car one and I'm in the family one and stuff, but I just always have them muted and I just go in manually and have a look at them. I don't have fucking notifications pinging off of them all the time.
Oh yeah, I have every single one of them muted. I do. I can't have thingies on because I've got like I've got like weird friends, man. And like sometimes they're like up. I am as well at times, but like up at like 3 or 4 in the morning sometimes we just like and then they'll just spam like memes and shit in there at that time. Like I can't have my phone on, man. Like I went through a stage where I purged like all um all notifications off everything for me. Like I had to turn everything off because I was getting woken up because I put my phone at night on like the side of the bed because I've got like a lip, and I put it on there, and it's like a fabricy type of material as well. But like underneath, it's obviously wood, and like I'd just be asleep at like 3 in the morning, and it'd just be like and like wake me up and be dead loud. It'd be like the Rockers went live on Instagram. I was like, oh man, like I don't get, I'm keeping. You know what I mean? I have to turn all notifications off, except for like like you and like a few people that like they can just get through to me. But otherwise, like yeah, like I have notifications just off, man. I do.
Yeah, I did it some years ago as well. Just got sick of fucking looking at it more. So I pretty much just have anyone messaging me, and then obviously I have it get to fucking do not disturb at 10, and that comes off at 7, and then I just have Amy that can get like she's not blocked for notifications. It just comes through,
Yeah, yeah. I'm the
and then
same way.
just you that presses fucking notify anyway.
It's just
Like
funny.
no,
Eh? Well,
fuck your
I
rules.
get why they give you that option in case it's an emergency, but it's almost pointless, though, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's fun
It's
that I
funny
can
though. It's
just
like
be like, yeah, fuck your notification. You know what I mean? Like, I can just be like, yeah, fuck you.
it's like me going into the bathroom for a shit and locking the door, but you can just phase through the door.
Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, like yo, just come through the door like a ghost.
Yeah, it is funny, but yeah, I know, like it actually bothers you because, like I said, like when I just say, "Yo, what you had for dinner, man?" So the fact that you just like might be chilling your phone goes, boom, you think, "Fucking hell!" Like that's clearly me, you know what I mean? Because it's at the time where you do not disturb on.
Yeah, this prick still ringing the door. No soliciting. You're still there.
It
But
is funny.
yeah, I turned it off ages ago. And I got Amy to schedule hers on as well because mine was just silent in bed and hers was just fucking burr, burr. Your farm has been attacked or fucking your village has been raided by some bullshit game and it's just fucking lighting up the ceiling.
Yeah, even when I did have like notifications on, I wouldn't have it where like it'd be like every notification on. It'd be like limited or just banner ones, and it wouldn't be like so and so's birthday today on Facebook. It'd be like if someone messaged me, you know what I mean? Like it wouldn't be like. But some people, and even my ex did this, man. She'd have like a phone wouldn't even be on like silent, which to me, if you don't have your phone on silent 90% of the time, you're a psychopath. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I think it should be a test. I think if the guy around and he's like, if you're on public transport or anywhere in public and I can hear the keyboard ticks on your phone because you're texting, put your phone on silent, cunt. Like, why is your phone got to be on loud?
Yeah, that's mental.
Yeah.
Just
So,
click,
like,
click, 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 click. You're like,
yeah.
yo.
Yeah. When I hear it sometimes, like, because I'll have AirPods in and it'll obviously pick it up there. And it like throws me off a little bit. I'm like, oh, yeah, I forgot. Like, texting actually sounds like something. You know what I mean? Because we're so
Yeah.
usually just typing on the glass. But yeah, yeah, she never used to have any, like, she never used to put a phone on any of that, and she would have notifications for everything, so it would just be like, ding, ding, bada-boop, bada-boop, and I'd just be like, man,
Yeah.
you need to shut that fucking thing off.
I just got to a point where I just thought like I'll get a notification and be like, I don't give a fuck about that. And then another one like, man, don't give a fuck. Like I'm being notified about shit just to get me on the app that I don't give a fuck about. So I reduced it all down to just messages and fucking nothing else. Like I might sometimes put it on if I'm expecting an email, like I'll switch Gmails on for a bit and then just back off again.
Yeah, I had like quite like a bit of a bonding moment with my boss earlier, and he called me, and he's always got this like sick like bookshelf that like encapsulates him kind of, but it's like around the room and it's covered in stuff. And I just asked him, like he was talking, like I had like a quarterly review meet with him earlier, and I just asked him, I was like, "You ever read any of them books, man? Come on." Because it's filled. He was like, yeah, like I'll read them all. He was like, they're all like graphic novels and geeky stuff though. And he was like, so you probably wouldn't care. And I was like, man, you don't know who you're talking to. And then I spoke to him about our favorite ones, and we like a lot of the same shit, to be fair. And one of the things he was saying is like he started doing this around COVID, and he said he's not a political person really at all, but he said like when 2020 and COVID happened and Donald Trump was becoming like the president for the first time, he said he was on social media and he said just the stuff he saw and just the way people were and how weird it all was. He was like, oh, I need to just get off this. And he said, so like since then, he just quit all social media, everything. He doesn't have any form of any social media. And he said, since then, I made a vow while I cut out social media and don't waste my time on that, I try and read 100 books a year. I was like,
Oh.
damn. And like he was telling me some of the stuff, and I was telling him something because I've been like that's one of my active things this year is read more, and I've been doing it, and I've been loving it, to be fair. But but yeah, he was like, I just wanted like a bit of my time back and just put towards reading. And what is true, like I wonder if this happens to a lot of readers. I'm a very casual reader now, but yeah, I think you go through stages. Like you read for a while, could be a couple of years, could be a couple of months, and then you like just don't pick it up again for ages. And then, but then when you get back into it, it's like an old friend. You're like, oh yeah, like why don't I do this more? Like I actually like doing this, and I like it feels good for my brain. It's like my brain stretching because you know it is a muscle that you've got to work out sometimes as well. You know what I mean? And like especially if you read like stories, it's like watching a movie to your brain because when you think about something you've read, you think about it as a TV show. You think about like you think about the story and the characters, and when you think about what you've read as a story, it kind of plays in your mind like how you remember it, like sort of animated and stuff too. So yeah, like I don't know why I don't read more, but that's one of the things that I vowed to do. But I like the idea of him being like, "Fuck you!" Like I'm just sick of scrolling down and seeing political shit that just, you know, people getting angry and making me feel shit and bad about stuff. Like I'm taking like my time back and replacing it with instead of looking and doom scrolling, I'm reading and maybe learning. And I was like, I like that. To be fair, like I've been wanting to do that for a while, and I have cut most of my social media out. To be fair, I barely have any. I have more for this podcast now than I've ever really been on social media for a couple of years.
Yeah, I did it for a while, didn't I? I just fully closed my accounts for probably a year, maybe a year and a half. I only really got back on there because I started a business, obviously, and I wanted accounts on there, and I'm still on there now just because I'm selling a car on Facebook.
And
But
social media is like the greatest like marketing tool, like really. So it makes sense that if you've got a business
yeah,
started in your marketing, you're going to be on there.
yeah, I'm gonna get back off when I've sold that car because I don't look at it at all. I mean, it does suck me in sometimes. Like I'll be there after like 15 minutes and think, shit, I'm just scrolling Facebook or like I'm just on Reels, like they fucking got me. But they
It makes
just
me feel like guilty. Like, it makes you feel like shit. Like, fuck. Like, I'm just a
yeah,
cunt. I'm just a normal twat. That I just get like you think you're better than it. You know what I mean? You think like
yeah.
they ain't got me yet because I ain't as bad as other people. But when they do get you, you do feel like like it is that easy to slip into it, man.
It is, man, and it's the way they design the fucking apps. Like they've on Instagram, they've moved the explore page to like the far right, and they've put the reels on where the explore page was. So you'll click that because all it takes is a fucking tenth of a second of a reel, and you'll be in for a fucking good while. Like, and like if you launch YouTube now, like YouTube started launching when you open the app, it's on Shorts automatically. Sometimes Instagram will be on Reels automatically. Like it's the first thing it shows instead of the homepage
Try and
because they
get you
just
in
know if
early,
they
man.
can
Get them
just,
hooks in.
yep, if they can just hook you with that dope, man, you'll be fucking scrolling for
All
an
it
hour.
needs to do is just show some 45-year-old woman drunk on wine or had a couple of sips of wine, and she don't need to show you some shit team advert, and you're on there clicking, and they've just got that ad revenue money, man. That's all it needs, eh? Just that quick, like, oh, Karen's online. Let's just give her this fucking shit thing, and then
It
she's
is,
on
man,
there.
because it's such an impulse now and just a muscle memory to just scroll down. But if you delete your accounts and the apps and everything, so you can't do that, like you'll go into your phone, and as you know, you'll like your thumb will go to where the app used to be, and you'll be like, "Fuck, what do I do?" And then you put your phone back down, and you might start looking around and thinking about stuff. And
You know what's a crazy one? And I've done this before. And this is where you know that like it's kind of a sickness in your own brain. That like if you've ever like deleted it, so like I deleted Instagram for a while, and where it is on your phone, sometimes you just naturally click there and it's not there, or you open up a different app, you think, oh, I ain't even got Instagram anymore. Like your brain automatically like muscle memory goes there, and that's when it's like, oh shit, that was a problem. Because I'm automatically
yeah,
just autopilot going there without me thinking about it. Like that's when it's like, oh shit, I need to just it's doing something to my brain. But you know, there's suited cunts in a meeting saying, "How do we get them? Like, what can we do to market it so like we get them to click this, so it takes them to our website?" You know, it's all like malicious. Like, how can we trick someone to get clicks? And that's
yeah,
why
it is.
that's why it's shit.
It's like I said last week. I think on last week's episode, like Facebook's always got a notification, like, and I can go in, clear it, close it, and within a minute I'll have another one. And I just, for years, I just thought, why is this pointless fucking, like, this person that you don't follow posted a picture. You're like, why are you telling me that? But it's because they know that that red number one on the thing, that pisses you off, so you're going to want to get rid of it. And then you go in the app and you're just going to end up on a video and you're just going to be scrolling. Like, you're just going to,
Again, the same people that have their phone out loud is the same people where they have a million notifications on the phone. You like they open their phone screen and like every icon on there phone app has got like a red notification and like six and like, and you think, bro, you got all those notifications. Like, if you're a psychopath, if you don't go in and read those. If you don't like to clear
Yeah.
your notifications, to me, you're a fucking psychopath. And you just gonna have that much chaos and shit on your screen that needs your attention, man.
Yeah. Well, I think what reading the books are doing for you is just giving you some silence as well and working your brain, like rather than watching YouTube or because that's the thing, man. Like he's reading books to fill his time that he was losing before because we just feel like we need to just use all of our time to just fill our brains with like fast-paced shit, like reels and videos and YouTube and like music. Like I realize sometimes I'm working all day, and when I'm driving, like I'll have podcast, then music, and then just like music for a couple hours, then podcast for ages. And sometimes I get back and like I'll be driving back and the podcast will finish, but because I'm driving, I can't like put something else on. So I'll just drive for like 10 minutes with the quiet. But I'm like, fuck, the quiet's been nice. But it's always an impulse to fill it, and then I'll get in the house and I'll cook dinner or whatever, and I'll put a podcast on to cook with. But sometimes I just don't do it, and like my ears are just buzzing. Like I'll have silence in the house, my ears are just buzzing, like vibrating, man, because they've just had noise all day.
Yeah, I think that is. I think silence sometimes is good for your brain. Sometimes not for me though, because if I just get into my own head and thoughts, I could go down some weird fucking rabbit holes, man, and like just stress myself out or think like I can be just sat in a room and completely quiet and just think like, oh, it's all right, it's quite quiet, and then like 10 minutes out, I'm thinking I've definitely got cancer. You know what I mean? Like it'll just go there. Like I can't have my brain being left with itself for too long because it'll spiral, or sometimes it'll do a good thing where like I'll go on like some mad like sort of tangent in my head about like an original ish thought, or I'll start thinking about something cool about space, and I'll be like, oh, how does that work actually? And like I never thought of it doing that before, and then I'll end up googling it and then going like, um, yeah. So, but I can't do it. I can't just have silence. But do you think a part of it is because you listen to podcasts and music and shit all day? Um, that the silence is nice because it's just different. It ain't like it's because you're not getting it enough. It's because you're purposely not getting it enough. You know what I mean? If you were silent all the time, how do you think that would be though?
I definitely get bored at some point, and that's kind of a question I wanted to like bring to you, like for a while, but not had a way to segue into it. Like, do you think you're avoiding silences? Because I find that when I do get a silence, it's kind of like a ripple, or like the sun's light, like the speed of light, where it's got to travel down slowly to you. It's like your brain when you've got podcasts on or music on, your brain's too distracted to think about anything. So it's like your problems are out here, and then you need a few minutes of silence for the thoughts to like start falling down to your brain, and then you start thinking of, I don't know, like shit, fucking I got this debt or whatever. Like maybe if I just do this and cut that out and save here for this many months, I could start paying that, or
Yeah.
we don't want to live here anymore or need a new job or something. But if you're avoiding the silences, like you're not putting any thoughts into stuff, and you might do it on purpose because you think like I've got that many stresses, like I don't want to be just fucking sat with my own thoughts. But it's sometimes in those silences just letting your brain work where the fucking answers are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's definitely some of it. And because naturally, like they say, like not meant to look at really any screens before bed. Like it's not good for your brain. Your brain's meant to sort of unwind naturally. And like normally when you get in bed, for me anyway, I've always had a TV in my room. I can't not have it. But instead of that, like it's easy to just that's when you look at social media and stuff for me, or like I'll go on Reddit or whatever, and sometimes I'm like, man, I'm tired, but I'm not putting my phone down because I kind of want to be up. You know what I mean? In a way. But like reading before bed, one, it's like tiring my brain because I'm reading, but also like it's another way of ingesting media that's fun. Because sometimes, like, I can't be asked to watch TV show. There's shows that I need to catch up on and watch that I know I'll love, but I'm just not watching them for whatever reason. And like, I'll play games and I'll listen to audiobooks and podcasts all day. But like, something about reading something, it's like a different way of ingesting it, and it's using your imagination a little bit. Like, I don't do just fully books where it's just words. I read like graphic novels, so there's pictures, but I also love the art. And what I'm reading right now, which is like called a manhwa, which is a Korean manga. I can't read mangas because they're just black and white, like the pictures, and I think it's just it looks awkward to look at. But this manhwa, they do it in color. It's about an anime called Solar Leveling, and I'm reading it on the iPad, and there's I think I'm on a chapter 130. No, 140 now, and there's 204 out currently because it's still getting released. And it's to the point where like I don't even want to put it down now. Like I'll be like, oh, it's one more chapter, and I'm going to sleep, and then I'll read it, and I think, fuck, I don't want it to end there. And then like I gotta get to a satisfactory point where like, oh, okay, I can sleep now. But like I'm enjoying it so much that like I ain't like, yeah, I've because I want to try and do at least a couple chapters a night before bed for the rest of the year, if I can, unless like I'm out doing something where I can't get to it, whatever. For the most part, I want to at least try and most of this year, I want to try and get to at least a couple chapters every night of something before bed. Like I want to read the whole way through, whether it's stuff I've reread, like comics and graphic novels and stuff that I've read in the past. That the stuff I want to read again. But yeah, it's been
Yeah.
good, man. Like I've not wanted to put it down. Like I'll get to a couple of chapters and I could just easily be like, yeah, I've done it. I've ticked the box, but I don't want to put it down.
Yeah. I I got a book as well, and I started reading it like a few months ago. But I did just read like a chapter, and I just haven't gone back to it. But it just, I don't know. I just had that impulse, man, where I'm reading it, and I think like I could just get loads of videos in there, like, or I could just be playing games, or if I get to bed early, like 10 or something, and I usually stay up till 11. Like I think, man, I could just be like getting some videos in there. Like I could be watching some videos. Like tomorrow won't come, you know what I mean? And I won't fucking just watch them then. And it's just pointless content anyway that I don't really want to
I
watch.
think what I'd say to that is on the same way because there's going to be something that you can watch and enjoy. But that's why I think it's good when you get into something that you like just as much as that. 'Cause it's like watching a TV show that you don't want to turn off. Like, oh, next episode, oh, next episode. Like you've got to do that and find like a book or a comic or something that you actually enjoy reading because it's the same thing. Like I might watch a video and think, I don't want to be watching this when it's something I could just be reading instead now. Like it does the same thing, but for that. So I think you can do it because anyone can fucking do it. But I think you need to find something where you're like, I can't put this down. Like you enjoy it so much that like you don't even want to watch a video because you just want to ingest that. And where's this going? Because it's just like I said, it's like watching and reading like a movie. It's just a different way of
Yeah.
ingesting the media. But yeah, I used
I
to
just,
really love reading them as a kid,
yeah. I think everything around us is just designed to keep us distracted and just fucking locked in.
for sure.
But I think it with the podcast sometimes I'll come back and do the dishes or something, and I gotta do like be doing the washing up for like half an hour, and I'll put a podcast on to just listen to while I'm doing it, and I just think I'm just kind of not having my own thoughts. I'm just like passing these two geezers my brain and just being like, oh, you two just think for me for a bit. Like I'm just dormant in the middle, and I'm just not thinking of anything for myself. But if I do just do the dishes with nothing on, I'll come up with solutions for shit, and I'll think of new ideas, and I'll like think of gifts I can buy for people, or just what I want to do next, and fix up, and what we should be doing, and thinking about people, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But when you put these distractions on, your brain is just dormant, man. It's just there, like it's just the back passenger.
I feel like it's worse now, just the way the world's designed, smartphones, internet, adverts, it's all in your face to just get your attention so you can't think for yourself. But I think something just popped into my head then, this could just be utter horseshit, but like, I think it's when brilliance happens when people say like, "Oh, it came to me when I was in the shower. It came to me when I was having a shit," because that's the times where like people do spend with themselves. So I think that's where like maybe genius comes from is when your brain gets thinking just for itself and it comes up with like something like, "Where did you think of that?" I don't know. I was in the bath. You know what I mean? And people are like, "Oh, okay." Like I think it's because your brain can like just get creative with itself, and that's why it might just come up with a bit of magic. And like people did that for years. Like, so it's probably worse now, but I think that's always been the thing because people have had to work, and there's always stuff in life where something's got to have your attention, especially like if you've got kids, because you got to think for them until they get from their wake up to the do they go to bed? You know what I mean? And then it's you. And then if you like to
Yeah.
want to do things in your own time where you are playing a game or want to listen to something, whatever, like it's a very small window that it's just you with your thoughts. You know what I
Yeah. It's kind of what my shower time's for as well. And obviously I'm easily fucking distracted and just knocked off concentration. But I'll be in the shower. Obviously, it's a lot of white noise because just the water and no one can come in there. You're just fucking locked in the shower. Like no one's going to come in unless you face through the door. No, but like obviously the noise and just it's just such an autopilot task to just be washing yourself. So for me, it's just a place of thought. But it's weird, man, because I'll be thinking because obviously I'm trying to move house and buy this new house and fucking sell mine and shit. So I've got a lot of that to think about. But I'll be in the shower just thinking, yeah, like I'll call these people tomorrow and I'll get that fucking that I don't know mortgage appointment booked in there and I'll do this but then like the kid will fucking shout me through the door or like bang on the door or something and like bing, like my thoughts just fucking fly off, man. Like I just get derailed
mean?
and like my thoughts just stop and it takes me 5 minutes of quiet again to just for him to just slowly float back down and just start again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the thing is, I don't even have that for shower because you have like hour-long showers, but I only shower for like 10, 15 minutes. And even then, I'll put like my phone like on the side of my bath and I'll just play music or I'll just listen to a podcast or something. Then, like, I don't even do that in the shower. I've always took a phone in, or I used to before like smartphones were a thing and a laptop, I used to just close the toilet seat lid and put the laptop on there, and I just used to just listen to stuff from my laptop while I was showering. Like showers have never really been like an alone time thing for me. If I always take my shit to the shower because it's fun to do that. It's nice and relaxing, but you're still getting to ingest whatever you want to listen to. Like sometimes it's just been audiobooks and shit. Like I actually quite
Yeah.
listening to stuff in the shower. It's kind of like a process for me.
That's the thing though, like I've noticed over the past few months, especially getting the AirPods, that I've just been trying to fill just more dead times. Like just fucking going into the shop or doing the washing up or cooking or I'm always thinking, oh, let me get a podcast on for this because it's just boring. And like I say, you're just blocking out your thoughts, man, for like fucking hours and hours a day. And that's probably where your solutions to shit you got going on are going to come from in those silences and you're just avoiding them on purpose.
Yeah, I kind of wish I didn't rely on that, but I need it for my head, man. Like I have to do that.
It's like I said before with when you're just bored in a queue or in a shop or something
Yeah.
and you just think, it's just an impulse to just get your phone out and be on something. But you should just keep them away and just fucking look around, man. But I noticed it in the kid, to be fair, when he was like two, maybe 2.5, and he was just watching telly all day because we were kind of just in that habit of just having the TV on in the house just as something to fucking have as background noise.
Mhm.
And I noticed him just zombieing away just for fucking hours at a time, just watching the telly. And I thought, fuck this, man. He's just a zombie. He's just dormant. And that's when I just fucking banned TV just for his own good. And I saw his brain, like, once it was off for like 10, 15 minutes, I saw his brain just click and just be like, shit, I better find something to do. Like, he just wandered off into his room and started playing with his toys and looking around, and he just became alive. But I saw it click in him like shit, this time ain't being filled for me anymore. Like, stuff's not going into my fucking head anymore, so I better just fucking find something to entertain myself. And that's it's the same for us.
Yeah, it is true. Yeah, it is a bit of a crazy thing. Like we've spoke about AI obviously extensively, but do you ever watch like any of the videos that come out of that CES every year?
Yeah. I watch that. I like to watch every year.
So like I watched. Sometimes I'm abreast with it, especially if something like comes out that's cool because it'll go viral and whatnot. So I get some snippets of it, but I don't really seek it out. Like what I'll do is I'll watch the Apple thing every year because I buy Apple phones, so I'm always interested in what the next thing is. If it's cool, I'll get it, whatever. But like the stuff that I've seen, because it's on, I think it's going on right now, or it's just finishing. I can't remember. Um, but I've seen like videos come out of it, and it is just all AI everything, and it's a bit like I got on board with it, and I'm like, I like hearing about it in technology and AI and all that type of stuff. But it was just AI this or AI that, or this has got AI, this is how it's built, and it's like just it's so boring. Some of it was like cool. There's some cool stuff, and some of it was just like, this is so gimmicky, and you won't ever hear of this shit again outside of this. You know what I mean? Like, So one of them was really weird. It was like these weird, like sex doll looking things that were like talking. They had like really weird, like animatronic faces, but looking at them was like creepy. Like if you saw that at the foot of your bed, you would fucking shit yourself. Like honestly, the gross looking things, man. They're not, but like the talk and like the react and try and convey like real human emotion when like you speak to them. They learn from your emotion and shit. And it's like, what we doing? What we fucking doing, man?
That's gonna be a thing, ain't it, man? Like, there's gonna be a fucking silhouette of a human in your doorway, like just standing over you in
Do
bed.
you need anything cleaning, sir? Get out, man. Fuck me.
Yo, time to wake up. Foot
Yeah.
massage.
Yeah, I'm for the future. I'm for like AI sort of butlers and robots and servants and things that do your menial chores. Like, I'm up for that, man, because that's the future. That's the shit I saw as like a kid and thought, like, yeah, that's what the future looks like. And there's something cool about it, like having like, but I want it to be a point like, and not everyone can have it because it'd be super dangerous. But like, I want it to be like Jarvis, like Iron Man. Like, I want to have like a real thing, like so smart where I'm like, I've got this in front of me. Like, how do I fix this? And then like, they sort of tell me how to do it, and like, it's all lit up of like the patterns and like like I want it to be so good that like there's no potential to like my learning, and I can just be like, yo, I want to build like this from scrap, whatever, and it just like does the blueprints for me, and it's just like I just need to put it there like a video game, and it's like it builds it. Like I'm excited for it to get to a point where it's maybe there, but it's just going to be like another trend of stuff, man. Like it is just AI this and AI that, and it's like, come on, man. Like not everything has to be AI. Like
Yeah,
it's
I
too
kind of
much.
I think of it in the way I'd want it in terms of like a little assistant just there seamlessly, so I haven't got to like activate it, which obviously is dangerous because it's always fucking on then. But just more in the way of like, oh, remind me to get this in a bit, like if I forget it or fucking, I want to go here, like, shall I take this route or which way is going to be quicker, or just like with a memory and just seamless, not fucking launching it and starting a conversation to ask it a question, but just be like, remind me if I forget that later. You know what I mean? Just little tips, just a little assistant on your fucking shoulder.
Yeah, yeah. It's. There's always going to be people that make shit weird, regardless of it. You know what I mean? When whatever boom, like the internet's like a cool, amazing invention, and there's probably some people scared when this first came about. Of like, what does he mean? Like everything's just on the internet. Like, what about data breach? You know what I mean? Like, obviously AI poses a completely real and quite scary threat. But like, again, there's just people that make the internet weird. There's forums, there's dark sides of the internet, and like when something is big and that accessible to that many ranges of people, you're going to get people that make it better and innovate, and you're going to get people that like use it for weird, dark, twisted shit. And like AI is no different. You know what I mean? So like you're going to get AI oversaturation. It already is. Even phones, every time they introduce a new phone, AI, it's just the word they use over and over. And it's like, it ain't got like, I'm surprised. Like it's cars. Like I'm not on my fingers, obviously not on the pulse with cars. And yours more than I. But is that like a big thing in cars right now as well? Like cars, AI, you know what I mean? Like, is it literally spreading to everything where it doesn't even need to be in everything either?
Yeah, it is. You just get full fucking like assistance in your car as well, and a lot of it's just screens and touch buttons, not no physical buttons anymore, and just the fucking obviously the headlights and everything can just come on and go off. You don't have to touch them. But yeah, it is all just getting AI integrated into cars as well. Did you see the update on the Grok thing? You know the Grok you mentioned last week,
Yeah.
where it's like putting people in bikinis and shit. Did you see what Elon Musk did?
Maybe I'm not thinking of it right now though, but I did see like some stuff about that. Yeah, I've seen that the government, our government in the UK, have said that he needs to do something about it, or they're suing him or
Yeah, yeah,
something.
he has done something about it. Only only paid users can use those commands now.
Ah, man.
That
What a
is
smart cunt, man. What a smart little fucking, like he needs any more fucking money as well, man.
that's
That's
fucked though, ain't it?
that is
Like, yeah,
fucked.
paid users can put you fucking naked if they want. Like, I could put you fucking 6-year-old with no clothes on if I want, if I'm
That's the
paying for
thing.
it.
I saw people doing it with kids, yeah, like, and well, I saw some people doing it probably just to be weird or cause outrage. There's probably real creeps that really wanted to see it, but I saw like people doing it to then tag like Elon Musk and say, put a stop to this. Like this shouldn't be allowed and stuff like that. So, but it is weird. Like it's such an invasion of privacy. That's what I mean. Um, I think there should be some guidelines to it, especially if it gets to a point where like I don't know, man. Like it's almost at the point now, like we spoke about before, where someone can just even take a snippet, a screenshot right now of this podcast, and just put them to where like we just push the mics aside and just start kissing or something. You know what I mean? And for
Yeah,
now, you can tell by the janky movement how weird it looks at it's AI. But for now, what about if someone just puts a prompt in from me and just says like, make it CCTV footage of this guy killing this person in this scenario, and then frame me for a thing that he does in that scenario. You know what I mean? And I can just be like, that's AI. It's like, well, prove it. Like, there's got to be some guidelines to be like, okay, run that file. Okay, we can see from that file that it was encrypted with this, therefore it was fucking AI generated. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
that might already exist. I don't know, but there does need to be fucking guidelines on this, man, because we can't just inject it into everything, and not everything needs it. Like there'll be like AI fucking like pillows. I saw one when it was like an AI like handbag, and like the screens, like screens kind of inside it, but it feels like a handbag, but you can AI generate like anything you want on the outside. So that's the pattern of like the bag. And I was like, you don't need that. You know what I mean? Like that's so pointless. I get you want to try and be innovative and be like, yeah, we put AI and stuff in like backpacks and bags, like handbags and shit. But like, why? Like why?
yeah. One of the days in Austria, man, we should just have a day or a few hours where we just fucking leave phones in the hotel. Just go get fucking lost and wander about and
I
just
want to take pictures, so I want to do that, but we can be like not on it. And to be fair, when I'm out and stuff, I don't really go on it anyway.
yeah, we don't really when we're hanging out, do we? But it's cooler though, man. If it's just not there at all, you feel a bit more bare bones, man.
True. But like we're going and we're gonna drive to like different countries and stuff over there. And like, yeah, the car might have GPS, but I don't fancy being stranded in another country, away from another country, and then not have my phone. You know what I mean? Like I'm being if I'm in a foreign country, I'm having my phone, man.
But it's in them situations where you're like forced to just speak to people or ask or do something like that, and it just leads to adventure, man.
Yeah, I'm okay with not having an adventure.
It's weird, ain't it, that you never get anyone pull up on the side of the road anymore and go, mate, do you know where B&Q is?
That's because maybe it's because of me and I'm quite cynical, but like I see that and I just think it's because it's a scam to try and beat me up or rob a car or because there's too many dickheads about that. Like when you see someone being nice, you almost don't believe it. And I don't know
Yeah,
if that's
that's a sad truth.
I don't know if that's because I'm jaded and that's how I see it. Like even today, literally, so like Stacey was out front just shoveling the drive, just like a pathway to the car, and she just got a regular garden shovel, and she saw a neighbour of mine like quite opposite that we've never spoke to or interacted before, and she was raking the snow, and she was like, "Do you want to use our shovel?" And she was like, "Oh yeah, thanks so much." And then she brought it back like an hour later, and she gave us like a milk tray of like dairy milk chocolates. And she was like, "Oh, there you go." And she was like, "Oh, what's this for? Like, you only borrowed a shovel." And she was like, she even said, It's just people don't do nice things anymore. So, I thought I'd give you this." And I was like, man, like, just borrowing someone a shovel was the point where, like, let's give them some chocolates. Like, that's so much
Yeah,
of, like, that should be like a standard. And, like,
yeah,
literally, earlier today, too, we went to Lidl and people who are listening or hearing whatever, like, it snowed I don't know how many inches, maybe 4 or 5 inches of snow here in the UK. We don't really get that often. If it snows, it's quite pathetic, but it's the most amount of snow I remember for a long time. And I was on a car park earlier, and this guy just couldn't get off. He was just skidding, wheel spinning, man. And I saw like 3 or 4 people just trying to push the car, and it weren't going anywhere. I'm like, "Oh mate, do you need a hand?" And like, I was literally offering to like get wet, get in the snow, maybe even get hurt myself, and he looked at me as if I like walked up and was like, "Mate, you stuck in there, you cunt." You know what I mean? Like he looked at me like, "How dare you?" Say, like, what's your angle? Like he looked at me as if like, "What's the catch?" Like, are you gonna say, "Oh, I got the car out now, so it's mine"? You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
he was almost offended about me asking. I was like, you can't even want to do nice things or offer up because people will just be like, "What's the angle?" And that's a
yeah,
problem, man.
yeah. It's a sad truth, man. I've had it as well. I've helped people get out of fucking tight spots before, like not long ago. Help like fucking push someone's car out of a ditch or something. He like tried to give me a fiver. I was like, nah, like let's not make it like monetary. Just I've helped you out, man. Just fucking pay it along. You know what I mean? You help someone else. Let's be human, man. You don't have to pay me.
Yeah, like the other day I was walking in the snow as well, and I saw just like a bank card just in the snow, and I picked it up and it was like outside like a car, like by the car door. I was like, oh, some guy's probably just got out his car and dropped that, and it was like three or four houses that car was outside of. I just knocked on the door and said, "Oh, is your name this?" And they just said, "Nah." And because it was like an Indian name or like an Asian name, if it was a white person, I'd be like, "Oh, have you heard? Do you know of this dude? Does he live next door to you, whatever?" And I knocked on like all four or five doors, and no one had heard of that name. No one lived there. No one like it weren't anyone's card. And I was like, "Oh man, like I'm going through the trouble is to give someone the card." You know what I mean? If I'd have gave it that dude or whatever, he would have been like, "Fucking hell, thanks so much. What the fuck?" But like, and then I went to Lidl and I had that card in my pocket, and I was like, "I'll try some more on the way back, whatever." And I could have easily just tried it because contactless, but I don't do it. You know what I mean? And like right now, because I still can't find it, it says on the back, which and this is another problem with fucking life as well. Right now, on the back it says if found, call this number, like a Halifax number. I was on the phone for a half hour and I couldn't even get through to the right department. It was just hold music and bots. So what you're calling for? And I'd be like, phone card. They'd be like, please give me your like account number. And then I'd read the account number of the card. I'm like, no, your Halifax number. And I'm like, I've been paying the card. Have I got one? Like I went through such a loophole that I was like, I've tried. You know what I mean? I ain't going that far. And it's just on my side right now in my house. But I could have easily gone there and thought, fuck it, Lidl's on him. If he hadn't cancelled it by then and realised he'd lost it. But like, I don't do it, you know what I mean? But there's so many people that would see that and think, cha-ching, especially on the way to a fucking supermarket, you know what I mean? Like, sound, shopping's on you, cunt.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, I found a woman's handbag as well the other day. I was driving through my street. I saw a handbag like right behind a car on the car park. I was like, yeah, let's drop it out the boot. So I got out and went and fucking knocked on the door and it was hers. Gave it her back.
Yeah.
But talking about that van, using about that car broke down just reminding me of something, man. A few months ago when my old van broke, remember my truck?
Mm.
Well, like I pulled out of my estate and I took the first exit on the roundabout and I just conked just getting out the first exit of the roundabout, man. So I was blocking like a full fucking roundabout on this exit. And I was just sitting there like on my phone. They just wouldn't start or move. And I was in a big fucking like 18-foot recovery truck.
Mm.
And I was sitting there scrolling my phone, like trying to find some people to call. And some geezer like fucking parked his car behind me, walked up, and I put the window down and he went, mate, you broke down. And I went, nah, I'm just taking a break. And he went, oh, fucking hell, do you need a push? I was like, yeah, go on then. I was like, mate, am I broke down? Like, he weren't rhetorical, man. He was like, he actually asked me.
Yeah. Like you're just
And
sitting on your phone.
I was like, nah, I'm having a break. He's like, oh, like, dickhead, what are you asking that for? I'm obviously pissed off.
Yeah. Yeah, don't you think though, in the worst of that situation, when you said you returned that woman's handbag, don't you hate it though? Because I don't do it for praise, thanks, money, gifts, or anything. I'm just doing it to just, you know, be a good person. Because I'd think I put myself in that situation. If I lost my bank card and someone's like, "Oh, I found this for you," I'd be like, I'd be so thankful. So I think if I could do that for someone, it's like I'd love for that to happen to me. Like I'd like to be me in my scenario. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this dude just come and give me my card, and he took nothing off it. Like, what a fucking guy. Like, but when you don't get anything or people don't give a shit, it is like, fuck, why did I bother? Like, it is such a gut punch of a feeling. Like, so many people in the world, when I said, like, no one wants to help anymore, it's because that probably happens to them so much that they think, why should I care? Like, why should I stick my neck out? I don't know if you remember, years ago, it was like pissing it down. And I was walking to the shop, maybe like 15 years ago, 10 years ago, and it was like torrential rain. And I just saw something like glimmer in the corner of my eye, and I looked and it was like a smartphone, and it was like a Samsung, and it was like one of the main phone at the time. I don't know Samsung phones, but whatever. Like it was a top range phone. It would be like finding an iPhone 17 just out in the wild right now. I was like, oh fucking hell, and I was like, it like come on and flashed off straight away. So like it kind of worked, and I was like, fucking hell, like I'd be good if I lost this phone. And then I took it back, I put it on charge, and it came on, but like it was like fucked, like it was like waterlogged and like the screen looked weird. So then I put it in rice, and then when I got it to come on, and then the keyboard wasn't working. So then I took it apart, and then I fixed it basically, and then I ended up getting onto it, and then I saw that it was like a little kid, and I recognised the kid. I say little, he's maybe like 15, and I recognised the kid, so I know which area he kind of lived in, and I just text his mom from the phone, like the contact mom. I just said, "Hi, I found this phone. I think it belongs to, can't remember his name. It might have been like Jamie or something." And I said, like, I fixed it. It's working. I live here if you want to come collect it." She was like, "Okay, cool." And then like it was like 2, 3 days later, and it was just some ratty fucking mom. Like she thought she was sick, big eyelashes. Like she had like blonde hair, extensions where you can see them in her fucking head. And then she was like, a kid was there, and then she was like, "Have you got it?" And I said, "Yeah, I've got it here." And she just went, she just took it up my hands and she just walked down the driveway. Not even thanks or like, "Oh my god, thanks so much. Like I spent so much money on this," or thank the man. Like, you know what I mean? He saved your ass. Like nothing. Just took the phone and dipped. And I thought I should have just fucking kept it to myself or smashed it. Like I thought,
That's
why
the
did I
thing.
do that for?
That's the thing, man. Once it's done, it can't be undone. Like you can't smash it. It's like letting someone through in the car and they don't thank you. You think fucking.
Yeah.
That's why. That's why I don't fucking let anyone through
Like
anymore.
I think I would have been right. So, actually, excuse me, can I just? I think I just left something there and took the phone back and just smashed it in front of him and shut my door. I think
Yeah.
that should have been perfectly allowed, man.
Yeah, you owe me a bag of basmati, you bitch. I do remember that though. You lived at your mum's, I think, at the time.
Yeah, it was a long time ago, but yeah, like I fixed it. I took it apart, like I got like a little toolkit out and everything. I like proper fixed the phone, and like if someone had done that for me, I'd have been like, "Fucking hell, man! Like that's class." Like I proper appreciate that, and I thought like, that kid probably got in trouble. He just lost a top end phone. Don't know how much that would have cost back in the day. Um, yeah, and she was like, "You've gone through the trouble of fixing it," texting me, saying like, "Oh, I've got your son's phone, by the way," like, and then just be like, "Yep," and just walk off. And I just thought, "Fuck you, man! Like, fuck you." That's just like it's like it was like an expectation, like, "Yeah, you will give it me back," type of thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I was like, "Fuck you, man." But like I've done it a couple of
Yeah.
times. Like I found that same spot where I found that phone. I found a fucking I found like a provisional driving license, and I was like, "Oh, fucking hell." And it's got like the address on there. And I looked and it was like a little bit out the way, like 10 minutes just like out the way. I was like, "I'm just going to go fucking knock the door." And just I found this. And I went there, I knocked. I said, "This is going to sound weird, but like, is your name so and so?" And she was like, "Yeah." And she was maybe like 25 or something. And I was like, I found this down the road. And I just saw the address and I hope you don't mind, but like I thought I'd return it. And she was like, "Oh my God." She was like, "I've got my fucking driving test tomorrow and I need this." And she was like, "I was
Oof.
looking about cancelling it and like looking how fast I could get one." She was like, "I'm literally on the internet right now, panicking." She was like, "I didn't know where I put it." And she was like, "So this has saved me so much. Like, thanks so much." And I was like, "You're welcome, man." But like, I helped that person like in a pickle. She was like thinking, "Fuck." And she was like, "I got my driving test tomorrow and I needed this." Like, and that was like, I felt good about doing it. I was like, "Oh, like she probably was fucking stressing, like I would be." But if she just went cheers and just shut the door, I'd have been like, "Oh, I should have just chucked it in the river or something."
It's happened a few times to me. I've helped people fucking loads of times. Like, probably fucking 10, 15 times. And I've had a good, probably half of them, they're just like, cheers. Like, the one fucking took me to the police. I remember that one.
I think so.
I worked at a pub and the cleaners found a phone. And they were like, "Oh, we found this phone under a table like at like 6 a.m. in the morning."
Okay.
And I found it. I found it and just, I was like, "Oh," it was like 6 a.m. So I just fucking put it in my pocket. And then I think it was, oh, no, what was it actually? Oh, no, the day before, I think the day of, a guy came up to the bar and said, like, "Oh, we've lost a phone in here last night. Have you seen it?" And we are like, "Nah, nah, like, what phone is it? Blah, blah, blah." And then the next morning, the cleaner gave me the phone. So I was like, "Oh shit, this is that bloke's." So I was like, "Fucking hell." And I wanted to be the hero with the phone, so I kept it on me. Because I thought, I know whose this is. I'm going to wait till he comes in because he's fairly regular. I'm going to wait till he comes in again and I can fucking give it him and get the win. So I took it home. And obviously then it's like kind of a bit dodgy taking it away from the workplace because I've took it with me. But it was like, it was like 2 weeks, man, before this guy came in again. So I just had this phone and he came in and I saw him. I was like, "Yo, you remember you said you lost that phone?" I was like, "Yeah, I found it. Like the cleaners handed it in. Like I've had it. I've been waiting for it to come back in." And he was like, "Oh, yeah, it's my missus' phone. Like she's gonna be well pleased you found that." She said, "I'll tell her to pop in later and fetch it." And so she did. And then she was just so fucking moody. She was like, "You the one that's had my phone?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah. Like I found it." She was like, "Why did you take it home?" I was like, "Because I knew whose it was. I was waiting for it to come back in, so give it you." And she was like, "I've ordered a new phone now. Like this has been gone. I had the police looking for it and everything on the tracking, but they couldn't quite fucking pin it down." She was like, that's theft that you've took it home. And that I was like, I'm giving it you now. How's it theft? I'm giving it to you. She's like, I've
Yeah.
had to buy a new phone. I should be reimbursed for like the new contract I've had to take it. I was like, fuck it now. And then she was like saying, like talking to my manager, saying like, is he going to be allowed to work here, like stealing phones? I was like, yo, I gave it you back. And one of the customers was at the bar, like a regular, and he started chiming in like, yo, you need to leave this guy alone. Like he's returned your fucking phone. And she was like, who are you? Don't talk to me. And then yeah, I got a call from the police, man. I had to get to the police station, give a statement and that. And I
Oh well.
told them, and they were just like yeah, she wants some money out of you because she's had to start a new contract. And they were like, in our opinion, like you've found a phone, you've get it back. Like we ain't gonna take any action, and it's up to you if you give any money. But I was in a police station for returning a phone, man. It was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a shit thing because I like to, like I said, I like to help people. Like obviously, you help people for like it's kind of selfish reasons too because it makes you feel good. But like, because I see it as if I was in that situation and then someone like me came along and did this certain thing for me, I'd be thankful and appreciative for that person. It's kind of like pass it along, you know what I mean? It's just like fuck it, like, and we spoke about it before. Like, I don't really believe in karma, but I do feel like if you're helping and you're upbeat, like you'll put yourself in like a good frame of mind. You'll put yourself surrounded by good people. Like, not that you do it for that reason, but I could just say a homeless. I'll just see a homeless person outside Tesco or whatever, and I'll say, "Mate, do you want me to get you a meal deal?" And they just say, "Yeah," and like I'll go in and get it them. And then what about if for a couple of years later that dude remembers me and thinks that dude fucking gave me a sandwich that one day, and I'm gonna change his life because he's done something. You know what I mean? Like I heard a thing before where Cristiano Ronaldo, obviously m- billionaire essentially, and he used to get like free like hot dogs or something from like a vendor from like a stand when he was a kid because he was fucking poor and he was in the slums. And then when he became Cristiano Ronaldo, he found that woman, whatever, and changed her life because she was there for him. You know what I mean? And like helped him become who he did because he needed that food for energy to then play football. So he was just like, need to find this person and do well for them. And
Yeah.
like again, that's not why you do it, but that's what you do. You just help each other out. You know what I mean? Like fuck it.
Yeah, for me, it's never a thought. It's never like, oh, I'm going to help him because it'll feel good, or I'm going to help them with the karma balance. You know what I mean? It's just I just see someone struggling, and I just help. Like I don't have thoughts of why I should do it or whatever. I don't even fucking expect anything expect anything from it. I just see someone struggling and I just help. Like there's no thought behind it. It's just natural to just jump in. I've always done it, man. I fucking find people shit and return it to them, but I kind of like it as well. I'm like, oh yes, like I'm gonna get to fucking cheer somebody up. Like this will be nice.
You see those YouTube videos where that dude just like chucks like magnet into like a river and he'll like pull out a watch and stuff like that and he like tries to
Yeah,
return it to the people. Like that'd be cool to do, wouldn't it?
yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, I found that iPod as well down in school. That was a backfired one. I
Oh yeah,
fucking was
I
walking.
can't remember what happened with that.
Yeah, so I was just walking home from school, just the usual route I fucking took every day, and it was probably fucking
Oh, it was that girl's weren't it? I remember.
yeah, it was probably like 2007 or something, and it was like an iPod, but like iPod Touch, the first, no, not a Touch with it was the one
No, no,
with
no.
the big screen. No, it weren't. No, that was a small one. Oh, it might have been actually. It was like the bigger square one with the screen and the swizzly fucking touchpad, like the
Okay.
circle, like a nice product. Just found that on the path, like on my walk home with the fucking
That's
headphones
such a
twisted
nice
around it.
find as well, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Especially
like
then.
back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, back then, like fresh Apple product, like, and I took it home and it had like the name engraved on the back. But then I switched it on and it had someone I fucking knew on the wallpaper, like with it was this girl's, and it was them with this girl, and I was like, fucking hell, like that's Ben on there, like just on the wallpaper, and I listened to it for a bit 'cause it had like loads of fucking like drum and bass and like old fucking dancehall shit, and the quality was just mint because I'd never used an iPod, and I was like, yo, this is class. I was listening to it, and then I decided to find her and give it in after a couple of days. So when I spoke to Ben, he was like, yeah, it's hers. Like she lives here, and it was like the estate next to mine. So I found her address, spoke to him, got her address, and that went and knocked on the door, give it to her, and she was just like, thanks. Just shut the door, and I was like, man, I fucking put work in to get here. And then a couple of days later in the school, um, someone like went to me, "Oh, you stole Claudia's iPod, didn't you?" And I went, "Yo, stole it? I gave it her back. I found it on the road. What the fuck? Like, what Chinese whispers is this?"
Yeah, it's tough as well because recently I like spoke to some old friends of mine, and like we're always good friends, and I used to skate with them a lot and things like that. But then, like since the years went by, and I like kind of lost contact with them just from age getting away, I don't skate no more. So I kind of fell out that group, but I keep in touch with some of them. But then some just like completely blank me or don't talk to me, and I think, what have I done to piss this person off? Like, and then I found out like there was just some shit going on about me that was like misconstrued, or someone just straight up made up, and like it came to light, and then I started messaging these people saying, "Yo, I do that, man," and here's like proof. I have to like go and get like screenshots and to prove like I actually asked the person who it kind of was about, and be
Yeah,
like,
with
you know,
Nick.
yeah, yeah. And I said that, that weren't about me, or whatever. And they were like, yeah, yeah, I never said that. And I have to like then say, look, he even said that. I never fucking said that. And been doing that because I clearly didn't do it. And like, I still kind of like these people, but like I'm not best friends with them. But to just try and clear my name out the mud, like if they think that of me, it's whatever. Like it's a shame. But to try and be like, look, lads, I ain't a dickhead. But for like 10 plus years, they probably thought I'm a twat. And then I obviously don't talk to them as much. And they just have this. Remember Dan? Oh, yeah, he's a cunt. Like the things that people might say about me about something that's been twisted or just weren't true. So then for me to come out the woodwork and be like, hey guys, like, look, this weren't me. I didn't know you had this feeling or thoughts about me. But just in case anyone thought I was a dickhead, it's proof that I weren't. Um,
But you've been that guy for years now to them, ain't you?
That's what I'm saying. And then even one of my closest friends from way back then, I was talking to him and he was like, oh, I don't know, man, why would they say if it ain't true? And I was like, I thought he would have my back out of most of them. And it was kind of a bit of a gutting feeling, like, oh, I guess like I am just a dickhead. But it also made me think like, but I ain't no, like I've done nothing in this, but to try and fight and try and make yourself look innocent, it made me feel like a dickhead because it made me feel like I'm trying so hard to fight for this myself when ultimately, like, I don't see these people anymore, but like, I still don't want them to think I'm a dickhead because I liked them and I still do. Like, I probably would still get on with them, but like, again, I've probably been a dickhead for them for like 10 years. So then I'm going, like, I do it, man. And they're like, I don't know, man. It's like, what? Why would I? What's the motive? Like, but it's
Yeah.
kind of just like, eventually I was just like, I don't actually give a fuck because, like, if they want to think that of me, like, I know I did nothing wrong. So just fuck it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you end up digging yourself a hole as well and just
It
giving
makes you look more
yourself.
guilty because you're like trying to
That's
overcompensate.
that.
Like, look, man, I'm look, and then they're like,
That's what I was gonna say.
you're being a bit too try hard here. Like, you're definitely guilty. It's like, it's not, man. I'm just trying to like prove. You know what I mean? I'm trying to just get my innocence out.
Yeah, it happens to me because I don't really fucking lie about anything. I'm just always honest about stuff. But you know the thing in like police interviews and stuff where they give an overcomplicated answer is usually when they're lying. I'll tell the truth, but if it's accepted too easily, I'll over explain and probably seem like a liar. Like someone will say to me, "Oh, can you do some overtime on Monday?" And I'll be like, "Nah, I've already got plans." And they'll be like, "Oh, all right." But then I'll be like,
Yeah, my mate asked me ages ago,
It
so
was
I
it
said
was
I
too
did.
easy, yeah. And
Yeah,
I'll start going, yeah, I'm just going out with the missus, like, and yeah, yeah, saying, yeah, we're just gonna go get some. It was already planned, like, I'm gonna go get some food and blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, yeah, saying, man, like, whatever. And I think, like, man, don't you believe me? But they just do, or like, there'll be some damage on a van or something at work, and I'll be like, yeah, that was already there, and they go, oh, send, and I'll think, oh, nah, you've
you
took that
know,
too easy. Like,
yeah,
I've got
you
some pictures here if you want to look at these. Like, hang on, let me get some videos up, and you just start over explaining, and then I think, shit, now I look like a liar, but.
because you're
Like if you
panicking.
get believed too easy, yeah, but I am telling the truth. You
Yeah.
just dig.
Yeah, that's what it made me feel like. I was like, oh, like there's no winning here because it looks like I'm desperate and trying to be like, look, guys, like I'm innocent when I really I've done shit and then found out I've been caught, whatever. But yeah, I think like I don't know. I feel like I've been that sort of like cynical, I guess, probably since I was about 25. But like it is like a thing that I do now, where like if someone just don't accept my answer, I'm just like, yeah, yeah, I don't care. You know what I mean? Like even recently, like I was on like a weird probation period, still am at my work. A new guy came in and he was just saying, like, yeah, like the word on the street is that like you don't really do much. So like, I'm a bit worried about your motivation, that type of stuff. And a part of me was like, there was some truth to it, to be fair, but the part of me was just like, oh fuck, like I need to prove that like I am like this motivated person and stuff like that. And like I need to prove to him because he's the new top dog and boss, and I need to like say like, yeah, I'm a good employee and all that type of stuff. But ultimately in my head, I was just like, I don't give a fuck if he thinks it or not though. Like, because I ain't gonna change his mind. Like, because there's some people where, like, if the mind's made up, you ain't changing it. And the more you try, the more you look guilty of what they think or they accuse you of. It's like someone don't like you. The more you try and get them to like you, the more turned off they might get because you're like, fuck, this guy, man, like he's just, you know what I mean? So it's always just kind of been in me, maybe because I don't fucking care, but that I've just gone and gone, fuck you then. You know what I mean? Like I'm easily giving up on that. Like if I do say like the truth or I say, yeah, man, like I'm happy to do that with you, and you're like kind of not taking me on it, I'm quickly just like, oh fuck you then. Like it'll just be a quick thing in my head. Like I'm just like, okay, like I guess I've tried. You know what I mean? I've fought my battle, but that's all you're getting out of me. Yeah.
Yeah, I switch off easily to stuff like that as well. That just shit, like something I don't give a shit about, and someone will be like explaining, like all complaining about something, and I've already calculated in my head like this was down to chance. It weren't me. I didn't book it. Like I've just come here and done the job. You know what I mean? Like this is missing or whatever. I didn't learn. And like they'll be like, yeah, this I am very happy with this, and I'll just be like, yeah, man, like there's nothing I can do. So, and they'll be like, yeah, it's just ain't good. I'll be like, yeah, yeah, like, and I'll just be walking away, and I just because I just know like I
So
can't be
dismissive.
asked.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I ain't got the energy to fucking do it, man.
Like just the formalities of just being like, yeah, yeah, very sorry, but I'm like, nah, can't be
Yeah.
asked.
What about though? How would you handle it? Let's say your favorite celebrity. I don't just chuck someone who you like really like and respect. Like just chuck a name out that you'd like really love to get on with, like in real life celebrity or whatever.
It's so Jeremy Clarkson.
Okay, and but then what do you do if you find out that you met him and you was like, I don't know, maybe he was a friend of a friend, so you interact with him more often. You're like, fucking hell, Jeremy Clarkson. Like, I'm gonna have. Then you found out that he just really don't like you. Like, how gutting would that be, though, man? It would be gutting to like really love and admire someone and find out that they just don't like you.
Yeah,
Like, how
just
would
as
you
a
handle
normie
it?
as well. I don't know, man. How often am I going to see him?
Oh, it's just like in a friend group. So yeah, when you go hang out with like certain friends, like he's there, or whatever, and you're like, fucking hell, it's Jeremy Clarkson. And, like you try and chat to him, and then you find out from like a mutual friend or whatever, and they're just like, yeah, he just said he don't like you, man. You annoy him, and like he don't like this about you, and whatever. But like when you come over and like try, like he don't like it, man. Like he kicks off at me all the time, and that and you're like, fuck, man, I really want to like him and talk to him. Though, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
just to find out that like someone you really admire, whatever, just fucking cast on you, it'd be so
yeah,
gutting,
like
man.
man, I've made it into these circles and he don't like me. I'll just cut it off, man. Just start glazing him like, oh, you love golf GTIs, don't you? Like, yeah, man, have you seen this?
Oh, I wonder if Jeremy Clarkson could be a good one. I feel like he's a good runner-up for like any fucking Deadpool for each year, man. Because he don't take care of himself, does he? That bloke.
Nah, I think he's on the I think he's on the fucking Zempic now though, so
Oh, is he? Yeah, makes sense. Man, he'd look
yeah.
weird though. He would if he lost a bunch of weight, especially at his age and how tall he is and stuff. He'd look really weird. Like, have you seen that jelly roll? He looks a bit odd now. Like, he looks better and healthy, but he looks weird, man. For how big he is to like how slim he's got.
It's just one of them, ain't it, that if that was the first time you ever saw them, they just look normal. Because they've just fucking got sucked off like they just look mental, don't they?
Oh yeah, everyone always looks mental when they get sucked off.
Especially in the peak at the moment.
Yeah, man.
Just
But
fucking yodeling. Yui!
cross-eyed, isn't they? Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
I like to grab all four bedposts I do and just fucking pull them into the middle.
oh, look at me fucking crucified.
Exercised.
Yeah, actually, I was going to bring this up earlier. This is a bit of a weird tangent. I was going to bring this up earlier when you said, like, that's what the shower is for. When's the last time you wanked in the shower, man? Is that something
Couple
you
weeks,
do?
man. Yeah.
Because you spend a long time in the shower. I haven't done it since I was about 14, man. In a place where I do it, but I think it's obviously when you do it when you're younger, it's because it's kind of like you're not going to be interrupted when you're in the show, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like a haven to just wank in peace. But like, yeah, I haven't done it for a long time. Like, I get the necessity in, like, I'll pee in the shower, so I get the idea of like you can just fucking dump it here. But like, yeah, I don't know. It ain't like the setting for me to do it anymore, like a shower. Like I ain't done it for a long time.
I'm just in there. I'm just like, fuck it, yeah, it's the fucking place for it. You know what I
You're washing it, are
mean? Yeah.
you?
Yeah. It's like when you just make a fucking coffee, you just want a biscuit as well. It's like, well, I'm just having a shower. I might as well fucking crack one out.
Yeah. Yeah, I ain't done it for a long time.
Yep.
Should we just end it on shower wank, shall we?
Yeah, man, let's do that.
Yeah, but
Let's close the curtain. Let's close the shower curtain on this episode.
yeah, I don't get it. But yeah, my camera fucked up a couple of times in this. So if you're a video watcher, then it fucked up a couple of times, but it's all good.
It's all good, yeah, man. Another one down, 15 weeks.
Yeah, yeah, fifth episode 15, so we're getting there. Almost
Yeah, man.
almost fucking 20, and then almost 25, then almost 30, then almost 35.
It was my birthday 3 days ago as well.
Yeah, old cunt.
32 on deck, man.
Yeah. I wonder
See that fucking driveway I was on?
I don't know.
Remember I
Oh
sent you that
yeah, when you
video?
were sliding. Yeah, that was crazy. That
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ice around here has been crazy, to be fair.
Yeah, I drove home to work this morning. It was pretty fucking gnarly out there, man. They're like, it weren't just snow all in the roads, there's like trees knocked down everywhere as well, and just fucking retards that can't drive in the snow. Just
Yeah.
dodging them.
Yeah, I don't drive. I have mad anxiety as it is, but I couldn't imagine driving on these roads, especially by me, like, because I live in like a cul-de-sac and stuff, and like on a side road and stuff, so that ain't even been gritted. And Stacey
Yeah.
went to Halfords earlier, and she went in there and she wanted to just grit our driveway and a bit of our street, and they were just like, "Yeah, we've completely sold out of grit. We just sold it." And then she was like, "Oh, have you got at least like a snow shovel?" And they're like, "No, we've sold out that as well." So someone's fucking profiting from me.
Back of the queue, bitch. You think you're the first one?
Yeah, yeah, it is mad though. The snow.
I saw a fucking post from my council saying that they'd laid 70 tons of grit.
Fucking hell.
That's a mad amount, considering it's just in little like fucking pebbles. 70 tons.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It is crazy. Like I said, I ain't seen it snow like this. I can't remember the last time it did. Usually when we get it, it's just like a little bit on like there's maybe the top of a car roof, and like it's just the grains are wet, like you don't really stick. But when I saw it last night, it was like you could see it like in the lamppost sort of light, and it was like it was like flurries,
Yeah.
and I was like, damn, that's pretty cool to see. And like it looked nice, but now because it's been like 24 hours, it looks shit now because people have drove in it and walked in it and shit. But when it first like lays, like it looks fucking nice though. Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's so cold, man.
Well, it came down and then it was just below freezing for just days, so it had no chance to fucking melt away. Plus, it was like properly soft packed snow, man. Like a layer and then just a proper soft layer on top. So it was just deep, but like soft as well. So it just sank in. It was crazy.
Yeah, well, I did when it was doing it. I opened my back door and I took Gambit, and Gambit's like my cat, and I took him and I like you don't go outdoors, so I grabbed him like by his waist and I slowly lowered him onto it, and he like put his paws in it. He was like, oh, he was like like realized it was cold, and he was just kind of like walking like. I was like holding him the whole time, just like loosely, and he was like walking, kind of like tiptoeing on it, and he was like, "No, I don't like it." But I was like, I wonder what his reaction to it would be for the first time, because like you don't go outside anyway, but to be like, why is the fucking thing that I'm walking on freezing and hurting my feet? Like it was funny
Yeah.
to see his reaction.
Yeah, it's fucking funny. It's funny to do it to animals.
Yeah, I remember when it snowed quite heavily when I was a kid, and I used to have a German Shepherd called Tess. And I remember the first time we let her out in the garden, she was doing it, and she was like chucking it around and like getting it all over herself and rolling about and that. And I was like, "Fuck me, that's so cute, man. I'd love a dog, I would, but I can't in the house I'm in right now, man. It don't make sense. But I'd fucking love to get a dog.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
about you? You planning on moving to a house? What about you? Would you get a dog? You got a kid, didn't you? You got a thought?
Like I said, yeah, I don't really like. Yeah, I've thought about it quite a bit. I don't really like him myself that much, but I will get one just for him. I think just to have like a live companion. I think maybe when he's 5 or 6, I'll get him one. And when I've been to fucking done a bit more traveling and been to Japan again, so I ain't tied down to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll get him a little pup, man, just so he can have it till he's like fucking 20 or something.
Yeah, that's what I did. I think that dog I mentioned, Tess, I think she died when I was like 17 or something. She was there pretty much since I was like a toddler, so it was literally like I did grow it there. But yeah, I'd love a dog. I've got 3 cats. So I don't need any more animals financially or just clean up after and whatever. But every time I see like a cute dog, like the other day, Stacey's like mom and dad came over just before Christmas, and well, not her dad, a mom's boyfriend, and his daughter from like a different marriage or whatever, like wanted a puppy for Christmas, so he bought like this chocolate Labrador, and they picked it up. And they came to ours and just said, like, "Are we okay to bring like a little puppy to you?" And I was like, "Definitely." And it was like 6 week old, man. It was this tiny little chocolate Labrador, and I was like, "I need," and it just fell asleep like in my arms like a baby with its belly up and that. And I was like, "Oh, I want a dog, man, so much. Like they're the best, man. Like I love cats as well. Like, and I couldn't choose which one I like more, but a dog, man. It really is man's best friend. Like I'd love a fucking dog.
Yeah. I've always been a cat person. I think they're just easier, lower maintenance, and just cooler as well. They're a bit more elegant, aren't they?
They're
Because
they're
they're
a bit
just like,
they're a bit more cool. Yeah, dogs are a bit more like they're a bit more dopey and quirky, and but like
yeah,
cats, yeah, they're a bit fucking the knobs as well. They've got a bit of an edge to them, ain't they? And they're a bit like, yeah, I'll do what the fuck I want. And they've got little personalities, and they're quite funny. The menacing little
yeah.
dickheads. I like that
They're
about them.
just they're just sneaky like little hunters, aren't they? So they're cool. But
Yeah.
yeah, I ain't too into dogs. But I think if I had my own from a pup and trained it how I'd like it, I think I'd probably
What
be into it.
what breed you thinking of getting for him?
I don't know. I think for cuteness and size, convenience, and that, like I like beagles, man. Like they got some floppy ears and they're quite cute.
Good temperament as well for like kids and stuff. They're very like friendly dogs. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you don't want anything
Like,
that can like rip his jugular out. You don't get a pit bull or anything. You know what
yeah, yeah, fucking swallow him in one, spit his bones out.
I mean?
Nah, but I've, just for looks and that, I've always liked huskies because it's the closest thing to a fucking proper dog, like derived from wolves. They're big and fluffy and like they're a bit dopey but they're just fucking beautiful, ain't they? They look cool, but a lot of maintenance with them and noise.
And they're loud. They always go like, oh, they always fucking they're audible, and they need a lot of attention, man. Like you need to wear the energy out of them motherfuckers. So that's a
Yeah, I
lot of
like them,
maintenance.
but realistically, yeah,
Yeah,
I don't mind that. I don't
go
mind that breed that you had before. That black one. I can't remember his name now.
Samuel, yeah, Cocker Spaniel. Yeah, they're great
Yeah,
dogs. Yeah, they're like happy, energetic, they're smart. You can train them easily and be like sit, roll over, take them for walks. Like they are class dogs, to be fair, class breed. I'd want a German Shepherd personally, but I see a woman walking by me and she's got like a pure black Shiba, man. And then I even earlier today saw her walking it in the snow and just seeing that dog in the snow. I was like, fuck, I want to rob that dog, man. It's such a beautiful creature. But I like corgis as well. Corgis are cute little dogs, little fat
yeah,
asses,
they're
aren't
right.
they?
Yeah,
As well, they're little funny little chunky boys, are they, man? I quite
yeah,
like corgis, but yeah, German Shepherd. I'd love like an all black German Shepherd. I would. That'd be like my dream sort of
yeah.
dog. But I'll get one at some point. But yeah, I love them.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come round to him. I am excited for that day though. Like, obviously, it's a bit of a fucking for life, not just for Christmas, but obviously that day when you just bring home a little tiny puppy like, as a surprise, and they're just cute as fuck. Like, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
excited for that.
Yeah, and when you get those moments where like you're just chilling and watching TV or whatever, and he or she'll just come like lie on your lap and like they're like loving up to you and want your attention. You're like, oh, this little thing fucking loves me, and like you fall in love with it. You know what I mean? Like that feeling of like that bonding of like, oh, this fucking thing loves me. Like that's a great feeling, man. And you're like, yeah, I love this little fucking animal. You know what I mean? Like I'd murder a motherfucker for this.
Yeah.
I'd kill you for my cat to keep my cats alive, man. I'd fuck you up.
Hmm.
Yeah, if it was
You've
like
known
a
me for years as well.
I know if it was like a saw trap and it was like, watch them be fucking saw bladed up or you. Sorry, man, you're gonna have to get minced.
Just not even a tense episode. You're just like, oh yeah, send him.
Yeah, oh, that's it. That's the ultimate. Yeah, fuck you off. Give my cats back.
Yeah. Can hell, Jigsaw, you fucking let this one slip, mate.
Yeah, I'd kill any motherfucker for my cats, man. Right,
Right.
let's wrap it up. It's better ending than fucking show, okay?
Yeah. I'm gonna go and have one.
Yeah, so man, I'll catch you in a bit.
Peace.
Peace.